both are nice camera phones. The Sony Xperia Z1 is one of the best camera phones from Sony with a 20.7 megapixel camera. So let's quickly turn on to the back. So that's where the main story is. So as you can see, the Sony Xperia Z1 has a 20.7 megapixel camera. So it's almost 21 megapixels, whereas the Nokia Lumia 1020 has a 41 megapixel camera, effective 38 megapixels. But it has Xenon flash, whereas there is only a LED flash on the Sony Xperia Z1. The Sony Xperia Z1 has a 1 by 2.3 inch sensor, whereas the Nokia Lumia 1020 has a 1 by 1.5 inch sensor. So the main story is that this is a more bigger sensor than the Sony Xperia Z1, but then the Nokia Lumia 1020 is slightly thicker than the Sony Xperia Z1, as you can see here. But then the Nokia Lumia 1020 is strange enough, it's lighter than the Sony Xperia Z1. So on the Nokia Lumia 1020 you have a 4.5 inch 1280 by 768 pixel screen, which is almost 720p, whereas you have a full HD screen on the Sony Xperia Z1. AMOLED display on the Nokia Lumia 1020, whereas you have a tri-luminous display on the Sony Xperia Z1. So apart from that, this is running on Windows Phone 8, so it's running on 4.2.2 of Android. So under the hood on the Sony Xperia Z1 you have a Qualcomm Snapdragon 800 processor clocked at 2.2 GHz, and because of that you get 4K video capture, which is actually not present on the Nokia Lumia 1020. It is only powered by a dual-core Snapdragon MSM 8960 processor. Both the phones have 2 GB of RAM, thankfully, so that you have a good amount of RAM for image processing, considering both have really nice, powerful cameras. So the good thing about the Sony Xperia Z1 is it's like waterproof, dust resistant, same story as the Sony Xperia Z Ultra and ZR. So again, you have micro SD card slot as well inside, 16 GB of storage on the inside. You have 32 GB of storage on the Nokia Lumia 1020, but there's no micro SD card slot in there. There's only a 2200 mAh battery on the Nokia Lumia 1020, whereas you have almost a 3000 mAh battery on the Sony Xperia Z.